Okay, so for today's peer-mediated instruction, I'm working with my husband, Reed, on how to interact with a high schooler or young adult with autism. Someone that would be the same age as you, or around the same age as you. So our peers and friends with autism have two main deficits: social deficits, communication deficits. I know you've interacted with students with autism before because Reed is also a teacher. But some of the social things that you might see are in your higher functioning kids with autism, talking out of turn or saying things that might be inappropriate. In your lower functioning students, you might see just a lack of response or an unawareness, and communication too, being able to advocate for themselves and their needs and wants. So if you were to be working with a peer with autism, some activities that you could do in this age group could be a game. Adults and young adults play games, or sports, an activity like that's age appropriate. So to talk about a scenario, all right, what if you were in the community at Kroger,
okay,
and someone came up to you, so let's say another young man came up to you, got really close to you and said Adidas, and touched your shirt and got in your face. How would you handle that?
I would probably smile and laugh, and then I would say, yes, this is Adidas. Thank you for noticing.
Right, okay, and that would be a good segue to take a step back, and then to a lot of people that might freak them out if some random person came up to them in Kroger and touched their shirt and said Adidas, the brand name on the shirt. But instead of acting like it offended you, you laugh and you say, oh yes, I am wearing an Adidas shirt. And then to segue into a different thing that you could do is say like, yeah, I like my Adidas shirt. What kind of shirt do you have on? Or I like the tiger on your shirt.
Wolverine.
And then Wolverine. And then you move into a conversation and model how to have an appropriate conversation the right way, rather than someone coming up to you and touching your shirt and saying Adidas. You're teaching them that they can say, I like your Adidas shirt. All right. So, okay, let's say another situation. Let's talk about a conversation situation. All right. What if you are in school, you're a high school student, and you have someone else in class with you that is kind of awkward and quiet, and you ask them a question and they don't say anything to you. So let's
okay.
Let's I'm sorry, I'm thinking through the conversation in my head. Okay, let's talk about reverse. Let's talk about a classroom situation. All right, socially, you have a peer in your room that is trying to look at the board, and he says, get out of the way. All right, as another student, you might be offended by that, or brush it off like that kid is just not very nice, when the reality is that this student has autism and he doesn't know how to communicate the right way what he wants. So something you could do is say, I'm the student with autism and you're in my way, and I say, get out of my way.
How would I react?
How would you react, or what's something that you could say to model a correct conversation?
I could say something along the lines of, oh, I apologize for being in your way, but also it would have been more polite for you to tell me, excuse me, would you please move? You are in my way.
Very good. Correct. All right. Yes. Modeling for your peers is just as simple as saying, oh, I would love to move out of the way, or of course I can move out of the way, but next time say, please move. You know, just modeling a conversation like that. All right. So yeah, I think that we talked about some problems that could arise in a situation. All right. You also have your students with autism that might have some more severe behaviors. Right. So let's say you're working with a peer with autism who could be kind of aggressive, or sure, it might get physical and pinch your cheeks. So let's say your teacher has asked you to be a peer mentor.
Got it.
To work with this student, and he pinches your cheek. How do you handle that?
You could say, oh, yes, this is very nice of you to notice that my rosy cheeks are awesome, but we should keep our hands to ourselves.
Yes. All right. And then, obviously, if it's something that's too physical, the teacher would intervene. But yeah, I think it's great for a peer to teach another peer with autism how to interact that way. You know, sometimes it's different when a teacher tells you, you know, Tommy, keep your hands to yourself. When it comes from a peer, sometimes it means more. All right. So yes, that is a good way to handle that. Okay. So really quick, this is the peer mediated instruction and intervention. So if you were given the task of being a peer mentor for a student with autism, and you were doing an activity like playing Uno or something like that in the classroom, all right, this is an observation checklist for you to go over. Did the student participate in the activity after your introduction? Did the student seem to enjoy the activity? Did the activity contain materials that promoted social interaction? Did the activity promote positive or negative social interactions? All right, so this is a review to go through after you do the instruction to see where some weak areas might be and how to tweak it. All right, and it's got the target behaviors, things that are important for working with a student with autism, some things they struggle with that are important behaviors to target, like eye contact, starting a conversation, taking turns, exchanging materials, requesting things, all about advocating, starting a conversation, interacting appropriately.